honestly, the jump from like 0 to 100 is like not gonna happen. You gotta start out slow. That's why I say like kind of like the best stories are outside your front door. The whole film school thing was a crazy thing that happened. Probably the most important step, I would say. It's kind of not what you expect. Alright, good morning guys, and hope you're having a good day today. Back for Nick's Studio Podcast number 9 here today. Got an interesting one for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. Today, kind of want to make a little bit of a mini guide and a mini course, if you will. How to make your first ever movie. And, the idea kind of came to me because, obviously, I've been making a lot of videos recently on my past journey and, making movies, how to edit movies, how to write movies, and actually last podcasts, it was a solo podcast as well, and it was me talking about my failed, feature film, and also just a bunch of other failed projects entirely, because there's a lot of films that didn't get made, especially like I'm on my 9th one now, but it's just a little bit challenging sometimes, especially with making films. But honestly, if you are new here, by the way, my name is Nick Parren, and I am a filmmaker. Been filmmaking for 2 years now, and been doing YouTube a while. I do podcasts, I do live streams, I do a lot of things. I do a lot of videos. So if this kind of stuff interests you, where you want to see a filmmaker kind of on his journey, you want to see some good films, you want tips on how to make your movies as well, definitely subscribe to see more content like this. Like I said, I've been making a lot of videos recently on like how I've wrote movies. I actually did a video a few weeks ago how to write. It was actually how to get a good idea for your film. It was like an updated version of my 2024 how to write a movie kind of full guide, and this one's gonna be kind of a full guide how to like actually like make your first movie, like how to actually take that leap of faith. And honestly, from this video, this video isn't anything like really specific. It's just more of like tips and like kind of like guidelines of like what you need to do. There's like about 5 steps I have here I want to kind of share today. But yeah, honestly, like, I did want, I was just thinking, because this podcast also, I was trying to get my face cam to work, but something was not working with like the software, and I'm kind of pissed off about it. But hopefully, you just enjoy my audio and some whatever B-rolls in the background now, and just pretend it's like the radio, and just put it on while you're at the gym, in the car, wherever, on a walk. Hopefully you enjoy this podcast. So yeah, first kind of step I want to kind of talk about is just number 1, just stop waiting. Just stop waiting to make things happen. Because so many people always wait till they're ready, like quote unquote, or when they have more money. People sit on their grand ideas for years without doing anything. They want to wait till they have something in mind, and they want to wait till they have the perfect scenario, the perfect, the right time, so to speak. When I was making The Weekend, and it was The Weekend, and I wouldn't say, pick up Arby's, the other ones, I was definitely in a harder state. But anyways, The Weekend, I was working 2 jobs, I had an online business, and I was doing a gaming channel, all at the same time. So basically, I was doing a grocery store, Uber Eats, and this little online t-shirt business at the time, and I was working on Nick Parr a lot, so doing like video essays on GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. And I still, throughout all that, I pursued the movie, and I got the movie done within 3 months. And honestly, The Weekend, it came out good for that time, because it was like my first ever like true, like, we took it serious. And I talked about this a lot over last year. But, just the story of The Weekend itself, and we'll talk more about how that came about later on in this podcast. But just the story itself is really inspiring. Like, I really love it, so that's why I'm always sharing it. But the thing is, like, I was at a point where I just didn't want to wait anymore to make movies. There are so many things in the way, there's so many obstacles, and me and my friends just said kind of fuck it, and we kind of just did it, like, on weekends and stuff whenever we were free. It's like, it doesn't take that much energy, it doesn't take that much support to actually like make that project. And it's so like, people have like the so like limited mind frame when they're making a movie. They think it needs to be larger than life and stuff, because a lot of people, a lot of like young filmmakers, you might ask them stuff like, what's like your kind of dream movie and whatever. And some people might have this like grand idea for like a mafia movie, or like some sort of gangster movie. It's gonna take like $20 million to make. It's gonna need funding, A24, and all this and that, all the bells and whistles. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Like I even have those ideas also, where like I need like a few million at least to like make this idea. But in terms of like your idea, like I'm just talking about for like this example here, this guy who wants to make a mafia movie. You want to make that, but like honestly, the jump from like 0 to 100 is like not gonna happen. You gotta start out slow, and that's why I say like kind of like the best stories are outside your front door. Just start making movies within your hometown. You don't need to go to LA or New York, all these other big places. If you live in the middle of like bumfuck nowhere, and you don't have many connections or anyone nearby, just make something in kind of your hometown, like kind of what I've been doing last few years. It's like I've been able to make so many great like projects that look nice and feel nice. I'm not like in a very popular area like in Florida, but like I'm in an area where there are stories and there's a lot going on, and it's like I have the feeling of Miami, and like obviously the Vice heist was a parody of GTA 6, so it does feel like Miami. It does feel like Vice City, and we were able to grasp that. And I didn't need to fly out to Miami. I didn't need to go to these larger than life places. I was all able to make it all in my hometown. Because like right now I'm kind of like in my phase 2 journey on my film stuff, because slowly kind of just getting better and better with each one. Sure, yeah, I would love to go to other states and film there, but like right now with my possibilities and my opportunities, I'm just kind of happy where I'm at now, and I know that future things will come about. But going back to like this person who wants to make this mafia movie, I'll tell them, you gotta just start somewhere. Make something in your hometown. It's like even if you don't have many connections, or like, yeah, let's say you do live in the middle of nowhere and there are no actors and there's no like film producers or whatever. I mean, really, you don't need like an actor to be in your movie. You don't need like quote unquote like people who are trying to break in the industry or whatever. There's so many people who I have got. There's so many people that like are just willing to do acting just for fun, and like you would be surprised. Like just like go and see like people in your drama class or whatever, like a local theater. Just ask them like, hey, is anyone like interested in being in this movie? If like they're like at least somewhat interested in like the idea of acting and like being on stage and stuff, that idea should interest them, because it's kind of like good for them and good for you. It's like there's opportunities everywhere. It's like you can ask like your friends also, if your friends want to be in it, family members. It's like the idea of like looking for actors, or the idea of like looking for people, it's kind of out the window, because like anyone can be an actor, anyone can be into it. Not many people will be, but if you give people the kind of the comfortable space, people will want to be in it. And that's also just another reason just to stop waiting, because all these like limiting beliefs that you have in your mind right now of like, oh, I don't live in the right space, there's not many people in my area. It's like there's people in your town. Even if you have a population of like 1,000, there's going to be some people, at least like a few there, will want to help out with your film, your short film or whatever. So yeah, it's like stop waiting on your grand 20 million mafia movie. It's start small. What do you have now? And this kind of leads me into my next point. It's like use what you have now. Don't spend too much money, and try to do it for free. Do it for free is kind of my next step here, because really with the film stuff, film making is an expensive kind of hobby slash passion slash career. There's like a whole spectrum of like people like me just kind of like spending money while not making money, and then obviously Hollywood celebrities are making like $100 million per project and stuff. Like the spectrum of like making money through filmmaking is like so interesting, because they're literally like broke people who have been making movies for years, kind of like me. I would say like not like Joel Haver. Joel Haver, he has like a good following and he's got like, I guess, some money from it. I'm trying to think of like another like there's so many like independent artists on YouTube making movies, been doing it for years, and who have not seen a dime for it. And just the spectrum of like Robert Downey Jr. is getting $100 million for Avengers Doomsday. It's like, what? Like, why so much money? Oh my gosh. But pretty much, yeah, I've made movies with little to no nothing really money-wise. I mean, my modern movies now, I at least spend a good amount. I'll be pretty open with this. I spent like almost $1,000 with this next project that I'm doing in 2 weeks. And I'm actually filming in 2 weeks by the time I'm recording this podcast. So actually, by the time this podcast comes out, I'm already filmed and edited and wrapped with with that. But I'm spending a lot because I am getting food. I'm getting Airbnbs and stuff. There's specific locations. It's like I'm in the place also where like I'm able to do that now. It's like back then that wasn't really a possibility, like in my kind of brokey years, but now I'm kind of like at least somewhat like I have a little bit of a cushion. I'm not like, I don't have money to spend like crazy, but I do save up for bigger ones like this. But yeah, the weekend pick up at Arby's, literally like, budget of $50 probably, The only thing I really spent on was like tripods from Walmart, Goodwill and stuff. But that's pretty much it. Like, I was honestly very inspired by like Daniel Lotz and Joel Haver in my kind of upcoming year of 2023. They genuinely, like, I talk about them a lot because they're really great guys, and without them I probably wouldn't have done YouTube. I probably wouldn't have like really pursued it as much as I am now. And I kind of owe it to them because they make some great content, make a lot of great movies. And I'll kind of tell a brief story of like how the weekend came about, like even before. Like, I don't think I ever really shared this part of the story. So as you know, like I said earlier, working 2 jobs, I have an online business, I have a YouTube channel, and it's like everything in the middle of that year is kind of like, it's kind of stressful because that was my like strong like grind mode, entrepreneur state. Like, with my online business, I was trying to become like, trying to get 10K a month, trying to grow the business. It was like money was going in, money was going out, building websites. It was kind of crazy. But with the gaming channel took off for a little bit. There were some good hits with the videos. I thoroughly really enjoyed it, but I spent a lot of money, especially with like editors and thumbnail makers. So it's like I was getting what I was wanting, especially with like my businesses and stuff, but I was investing money and then getting money back. So I wasn't really earning profits and stuff. And especially with like the pressure of like getting a real job, what to do. Like I said, I was working 2 jobs just to kind of like help get my business and get my things up and running. But the thing is, like, I wasn't really passionate about my business. I wasn't really passionate about like what I was doing. I was just kind of doing it because this was like after I tried like drop shipping, a bunch of other different like e-commerce stuff, and I just kind of like landed on something that I thought was like kind of okay, and that I semi kind of enjoyed. I did kind of enjoy it, but like it was a grind. It was like, the main goal, and I thought about this a lot like early 2023, was just making movies. It was like that was kind of like the main goal, but I was doing everything except that. I was doing a gaming YouTube channel, and I was doing an online business, and I was working other different jobs. And I kept thought about making movies for a long time. It's like, yeah, that is the main goal, but I'm going to do that later. I'm going to do that like in 5 years from now. And it's so interesting kind of like looking back on it, because at this point, I got to talk about this. It's so interesting because I was going to go to film school as well, but that kind of dropped out. That's a whole other story for another time. But honestly, like, I was going to do that. Shit, I have to do that. That's going to be another video for another time. The whole film school thing was a crazy thing that happened. But long kind of story short, I was thinking a lot about it, because this was like, I kept getting so many signs like, man, like I keep on waiting, like make things happen. It's like I kept seeing the progress with the business and the YouTube channel. Everything was kind of stagnant at that point. It's like in the back of my mind, I was waiting for those things to kind of take off, then work on the film stuff, because my main thing that year was money. I needed money. I wanted to get out the country. I wanted to, really become a digital nomad at that point. But it was hard, and it was hard for me to, just just work on things that weren't my dream at that point. And it's like, I realized at a certain point, I'm like, wow, what am I doing? Like, I'm not even working on like the main thing. And it's like, are these things kind of holding me back in a way? Like, what should I do? And slowly, like, I kind of realized, like, I was looking at my gaming channel. I think I had like a bet for myself. I'm like, all right, with my gaming channel, I need to get like at least 100,000 subscribers before I even start a film channel. Because that was also on my mind, starting a film channel like I did. I wanted to get that, good first, and so I can like fully transition into it. But that day never came, because now the channel is still sitting at 650 subscribers. It's like, the channel itself wasn't destined to like get that many subscribers and stuff. And you see this a lot with like other YouTubers and stuff. They get so wrapped up in their channels, like their big channels that have like over 1 million subscribers. They're not focusing on the main thing they want to do. Some of them want to make movies as well. Some of them want to get into acting, but they're not taking the right steps. And that was kind of like how I was. So basically, I ended up quitting the gaming channel, and it was actually pretty sad. I actually was like, I made a whole video quitting and stuff, and this was like almost at like kind of like the peak / like tipping point of the channel, because it was like it could have blew up at that point if I kind of grinded for like another year. But it's like I didn't want to do that. I just want to make movies. And yeah, I quit. I made a whole video saying I was quitting, goodbye everyone. And then I came back a month later because GTA 6 got announced. But then I kind of decided to work on both channels, and I decided to work on the gaming channel and the movies. So it kind of worked out in the end. But that's kind of like another sacrifice you have to make. You have to make sacrifices for your dreams. And I don't know, like, this whole story doesn't have to do with the subject. Do it for free. But I just wanted to get that out there because I was so, hungry for it, and I wanted to make it. And, I was watching a lot of Joel Haver actually in that year, and I remember watching his movies, and I was thinking like, man, like he's just going out on the town with his friends and stuff, and he just made a movie for like $100. That's so crazy. Like, what if I can do that? And I did. I did it with pick up at Arby's on the weekend, smaller scale projects. But that was the true inspiration for it, really. I didn't need money. I didn't really need anything. I just needed to really do it for free. I needed to do it with like limited stuff. And that's like a big limiting belief for people, is like it has to be like over $5,000. It has to be over this amount of money. It's like, with the amount of technology we have nowadays, things are so cheap. At Walmart, you can get everything you need. I mean, you can film with your iPhone, get a tripod, get like a good mic, get some stuff with like Goodwill and Amazon, and you're good. Always try to find the cheapest way to do things. I mean, like look at Robert Rodriguez. He made I read his book actually. It's called Rebel Without a Crew. I actually did a video on this about last year, about a year ago. I'll put it like in the pinned comment somewhere or in the description or something. But he actually is another true inspiration because he made he made a film in the 90s with $7,000, and it was actually pretty good. Like the film itself had like a lot of action. It's this big like Mexico stuff, and it turned into a massive Hollywood Mexico trilogy, and with all these other famous actors, Johnny Depp and stuff. It's like the amount of like where that possibility, the first film and the final film, it's like night and day. And he really was like determined to like save every single money. Like I remember watching like the documentary, and he didn't want to spend like any more money on like the suitcase and like the guitar suitcase. So he had to like paint it himself. He like bought like second use paint to like paint the guitar case, and he just like saved so much money every way he could. And that's also another very inspiring thing. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'll say for that part. Number 2, try to do it for free as much as you can, because filmmaking is expensive, but it doesn't have to be. So yeah, number 3, tip number 3, learn how to do everything yourself. So this is also another thing I had to do. I had to learn how to write, direct, hold the camera, act, edit, make trailers, make posters, advertise, and etc. Because this is all stuff I had to do for my movies. It's like when you're first starting out, you have no one on board. It's like if you have some friends who only want to do writing, only want to direct, only want to do like hold the camera and stuff, like that could be like so good. But like honestly, if you're like me and you're just doing this kind of like by yourself, mostly like you're kind of like the force behind everything, you have to like learn all these avenues itself of writing and coming up with the idea, writing a script. And then when you like write the script, you gotta figure out how to direct it. Like what camera are you gonna use? Are you gonna use your iPhone? Like I said before, you're gonna buy a camera. You're gonna do this and that. And this is all within making your first movie. You learn all these steps. It's like with The Weeknd, I was also acting in it. I was in it. I don't like acting, but I just did it because it was another person, and we need another person for that project. And and I had to learn how to edit, and the editing process was kind of crazy because I had to learn how to use CapCut. CapCut was like for free also, so you can use CapCut. Trailers itself, I've learned how to make trailers. I learned how to do like music editing and stuff. Posters, that was also another big one. Using Canva's free as well. It's like all these things that I kind of mentioned now, everything you can do for free. There's so many free software, so many free tools, and I've learned everything through like YouTube videos. I just like looked up how to write movies, and I saw a bunch of videos how to do that. How to direct, I saw a lot of videos how to do that, and just editing itself. I learned that along the way because obviously I have experience in my gaming channel and also channels before. I've had a lot of different channels over the last 10 years on YouTube. But with that being said, if you have no idea how to edit, if you have never made a video before, just do it yourself. Learn how to like watch some videos and watch some stuff on YouTube, because you'll be surprised like how easy it is. Like it's easier than you think, and it's like even if it doesn't come out that good, it saves you like the trouble of like hiring out an editor. Like if you have a friend who's like willing to edit for free, like by all means, that's good. But there's something kind of magical of like doing everything yourself as well. Like you're learning all the trades and you're learning everything. You're kind of becoming a one-man band. And it's like when you know how to do everything, nothing's stopping you at that point. You're not waiting on anyone else's approval or not waiting on anyone else's creative moments for your project. You are kind of like the full force, in the project, everything you do in the project is genuinely yours. And this is what I love when I make my movies. It's like everything I literally do comes from me, except like with the actors on screen. Except for that, like the writing, the directing, the camera angles, the editing, the music, the advertisement, the posters, everything you see in my movies, especially like the Vice Heist and my future ones, everything, literally almost everything comes from me. It's like, yeah, I do hire out editors for the posters, but like I'm drawing out the posters now. I've made posters in the past, but for the Vice Heist it was very complicated because obviously I had to get the GTA sketch right. So like there's so many, like it all comes down to like your creativeness. Like you have to be like the creative force behind everything itself, and I find that very impactful, especially like making your first few movies. It's like when you get in the Hollywood system, you have writers and you have directors. Like it's all separate, and there's editors, so there's a whole other separate team. There's a whole other marketing team who are like doing things behind your back. Like they're showing like the ending and stuff on their trailers. It's like, I hate the marketing side of it. It's like, I want to be in the room while they're editing the trailers. It's like, no. You're not taking the film and putting in your vision. It's my vision, and I'm gonna tell you what you can and can't show. So honestly, that's kind of my opinion on that. But if you just like, you learn so much just like doing stuff yourself, even if you've never done it before. And honestly, like, if you're looking for videos on like how to do specific things, you're in luck, because I've made over 30 videos and podcasts how to do everything that I talked about: how to direct, how to write, how to edit, how to make trailers, how to do everything that that I talked about, how to do everything, including in the movie process. I've made a video on. There's a full playlist somewhere on screen now, or in the description down below, talking about all the tips and tricks that I've done to do this. So you can check it out. I mean, like, there's literally like 30 videos of specific things. So whatever you need help with, whether it's writing, editing, music, there's a video for that. Some of them are unlisted, but they're in the playlist. All my videos on YouTube are accessible. On my main channel, like on the main page, you're only able to see some, but I unlist some because some of them are older and some of them I need to like do an updated version on. A lot of videos in 2024 were like they're old but gold. It's like, that was me when I was like much younger, and the videos themselves aren't good like production quality, but like you learn some value through them. So if you are interested, there's a full playlist in the description. So yeah, kind of moving on to the next step here. Number 4, make it an experience unlike anything else. So this is also something that I like to do for every single one of my movies. I want to make it memorable. I want to make it an experience because, at the end of the day, this is cool. This is like part of life itself. It's like, it's part of my journey. It's part of like the dream itself. Like the dream of like becoming a filmmaker, it's like it was kind of like, in the beginning, it was always like, getting the $100 million like project getting made, getting like my dream project getting made. But at the end of the day, the dream itself is just making movies. It's like just doing the thing. And I think I kind of realized this while making The Weeknd. Like, this was the dream itself. The dream wasn't going to come in 5 years from now. The dream is now, just making it. And it's like, I want to like be kind of immersed in like all the process, and I want to like just memorize it, like just any like other certain event in your life. Like I wouldn't compare it to like having kids or like getting married or whatever, but like it is like something you want to like have fun with. Especially with like my future projects. I mean, with the Vice Heist, I did like a whole vlog series just because I want to remember it. I just want to remember kind of like the process and stuff. Because by the time I look back on this in a few years, I just feel like so nostalgic. And that's why I talk about my early projects so much on this channel, is because they mean so much to me. It's like genuinely a part of my journey. And without those films, without these moments, I wouldn't have be here today. That's why I talk about 2023 so much, and like obviously the story with the 2 jobs, and finally jumping off the cliff and starting making movies. That's why I talk about it so much, is because that itself was such like a crazy experience, and it leads me to where I am today. It's like, for your films, make it an experience as well. With your first film, make it something memorable. A vlog it, you can make a vlog series. You can tell, you can write a book about it. Just like document it itself, because even if it takes like you a year to make, by the time you're done with it, you spent like a year making it. Like that's a whole year of your life. And by the time, like in a few years from now, you can like look back on it with joy, or like even if it doesn't come out that good, at least you have that good experience, and you can like tell yourself, hey, I tried to make a movie. Like this was like, I don't remember the YouTuber's name, but it's like Austin M, whatever his last name is. Like he has like over 1 million subscribers. He tried to make a feature film. It was like this alien abduction thing. And it ended up failing. Like I think he released it, but it didn't come out that good. I think the video is actually called "I Made a Movie, It Stunk." If you want to like look that up, maybe I'll like pin it, or like I'll put it on screen now, because like that video itself was like so interesting. It's like, sure, the movie like might have stunk, but like that's such like a good experience for like where he is today. He's making videos on YouTube and stuff. I just remember like the ending of that video, he got so emotional because it was like, it was a part of his life, and it was like he was looking on, like he was looking past of his past life experiences. And the reason I remember that so much is because that was like a true like human experience. It's like, you telling a story to someone and he's getting choked up while reminiscing of the past and stuff. But with my films, I'm proud of all of them. Each one I'm really, I really love. Really make each moment of the journey count. Have fun on set, try to improvise, vlog it, make it good, and most importantly, make it yours. This is your project. At the end of the day, like, no one could take this away from you, because you are the driving force behind it. You're not under some production company where they can fire you or anything. It's like, if you're kind of like in the stage of these independent artists, you are the driving force, and there's something kind of powerful behind that. You're not doing it as a job. You're not doing it because you have to. You're doing it because you want to, and you're putting in the work. You're putting in the efforts and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's kind of magical in the way. I don't know how to really explain it too much, but I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it brief. But when you make your first movie, when you make it, during it, make it an experience. Like I said, document it, vlog it, have some fun, make some friends, because it's such a journey, honestly. And by the time you look back on it, you'll just remember the good parts of it. It's gonna be great. So as we kind of close, and as we kind of get to the last point here, this one is probably the most important step, I would say. It's kind of not what you expect, but number 5, you can quit or you can keep on going. So let's say you finally finish your movie. Maybe it takes you a few months, maybe it takes you a year, however long it takes you. You release it, you do premiere night, you show it to your friends and family, you put it on YouTube or you put it on a Vimeo, get some views and stuff, and you're pretty proud of it. You love it, and you keep on going. Maybe you make like 1 or 2 more kind of similar. It doesn't get that many views compared to The Weekend, or I'm sorry, it doesn't get I'm talking about myself now. It doesn't get that many views compared to your first one, but it's still good. It's still something that you're proud of. Let's say now you're at a point where you're finishing college, or you're moving across the country, you're getting married, you're having kids, you're having a new job. The passion and the time isn't there for movies anymore. It's like you've had time in your youth to make movies in your 20s, but as you get older with life responsibilities, you buy a house, like I said, you have a kid maybe, you maybe you don't have enough time to make movies anymore. You realize that, you can call it enough because your time and your schedule, you've done a few that you're proud of, you are technically a filmmaker. It's just now you don't really have time for it. Maybe you'll do it in the future, but you can kind of quit there, or you can just keep on fucking going, really. It's like you can choose to decide that the juice isn't worth the squeeze, because honestly, if you don't see much success, especially in your first few years, most people don't end up pursuing it, and most people don't end up like going forth with it. Or you can just keep on going, not because of the success, not because of the view count, just because you fucking love it, just because you love making the process. And that is what filmmaking should be about. It's like, yes, of course, we want to see success. Everyone does. But it's like, you're not going to see success in the first few years. Honestly, and I'm going to make a video about this, I'm going to probably talk about this in another podcast, but there's like a 10-year like success journey that like all the like famous celebrities and comedians go on. It's like there's no such thing as like overnight success. It's just like kind of like a myth. And like even like if you think 2 years, after 2 years, if you don't see any success, then you're gonna quit. It's like it doesn't work like that. Most businesses, most things take a long time to do, and it's like a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't have the will to just keep on going, even though you've been making videos for 4 or 5 years and you're still getting like 50 views or whatever. It's like you can look at it in a negative way, or you can just keep on going, not because of the success, not because of other things, but just because of you. You love doing this. You want to do this. It really becomes hard at the stage, and this is like literally like I'm thinking like years after your first one, and this is kind of like where I'm at, because with the stress and pressure of day-to-day life, it only gets worse throughout later on in your 20s. And right now I'm 22, so I'm still pretty young, but like I don't have family, I'm not moving across the country, I'm not doing any of these crazy things. But obviously with school and work, it becomes a lot with certain things, and really like with just day-to-day life schedule. And I see this a lot with like just like people on the internet, or like people I ran into in person. It's like they have made like 1 or 2 movies in their 20s, and they end up graduating college, and then they get a real job, and they just don't make any more movies. It's like that is so sad for me. Like the idea like you end up quitting just because you think that you can't anymore. My whole thing on YouTube, and what I've been sharing, is that you don't need all this time and you don't need all this money to just get started making movies. I've been making movies on weekends for like the last 2 years. I get home every day at like 5 p.m. and I still write. I still like work on things. I still upload videos on YouTube, upload shorts, and upload live streams and stuff. It's like the will to continue is up to you. You have to decide yourself that, do I love doing this, or am I just doing this to see quick success? And honestly, it's not going to be like that like in the first year or so. Not many people are thinking about success. Like if you're thinking about success in the first like 1 to 2 years, you're thinking about the wrong way. It's like you gotta just do it because you want to, and you want to do this. You want to see where you're at 10, 20 years from now. You never know where this can take you. It's like for me, for example, like even though, like let's say for example, this film career doesn't go anywhere in the near future, like I can still use this channel as like a resume. This is something I've done. I've done online businesses, I've done live streams, marketing, campaigns, editing. I've done so much, writing, directing, like the list goes on and on. When you've done all these things, it's like you can get so many jobs in the future with that. Like I can get a job in the film industry. I can, be a part of something great. I can be part of a big production company. I'm sure they're gonna want me. It's like I have the experience at such a young age, and this is why I said earlier, like try to do everything you can, try to like learn everything, because that adds to your skill set as well. Not only that you have the skills, but you can use that down the line. The thing is, and this is why I post everything on YouTube, YouTube lasts forever, or at least for now. I mean, like, I don't know what's gonna happen down the line, but like, it goes with the old saying, like, whatever you post on the internet stays there forever. And I love that because, you know, it's there. It's like, it's part of me, and it's like my movies and my journey and my stories kind of like live on forever. It's like kind of like magical in a way. I keep saying that word, but it truly is. It truly is something crazy, and something that's never been done in the human history. Like the last like 20 years, where YouTube has become a thing. It's like so many people have the opportunity now just to start with the new technology that we have now, and really, like, going back to the main points. You know, I'm kind of getting off track here, but you know, it's hard enough to make movies. Like, it's super hard. You gotta write, direct. It takes a lot of time and effort, you know, with work and life schedule. But if you love the game, nothing can stop you. And I'm living proof of that. I've had a crazy life. I'm still making movies, and I'm on to my 9th one. I'm on to my 9th project now. I'm filming in 2 weeks as a recording of this podcast. And yeah, I'm excited for the next one. We're making one in February and one in March, really. And I don't know how many more else I'm going to make this year. I'm going to try to make as much as I can, just because I love doing it. And that should be the reason. That should be the reason why you should keep on going. Even when you move across the country and you have kids, you should still try to make movies like at least once a year with either people in your hometown or people that you just meet. It's like, just keep on going, because if you truly love it, you will at that point. So now I've shown you guys how to make your first film. But you have to think now, will you keep on going with this, or will it just be once or twice? And honestly, like, if you just want to make a few movies and that's it, that's genuinely, like, that's so fine. But I know for a lot of people who, like, love this, they want to keep on going, like, forever. Like, Martin Scorsese is still making movies in his 80s and stuff. It's like, he has enough money to retire, but he just loves doing it. He just loves doing the process of it. And that should go to show, like, with everyone, because this career, this certain, it's so weird. I don't even know what to call film anymore. It's is it a career? Is it a passion? Is it a hobby? I don't even know. If you love it so much, it should just become, you know, your life. And it shouldn't overtake your life, but it should just be an important part of your life, because this is what you were meant to do. This is why God put you on the earth, and it's your passion. It's your gift, really, to tell stories. It's your gift to act. It's your gift to edit, direct, whatever the case may be. But honestly, I know for most people, they're going to want to continue. But if you want to just do this once or twice or 3 times and call it enough, that's kind of fine. But you will realize that, you know, you're going to look back and you'll be like, huh, what if I kept going? What if I kept on pursuing that? You're going to look back on 10 years. You're going to look at your old videos from YouTube, and you're going to be like, huh, I should have kept on going. But I'll leave it as that, because I feel like I've left a lot of good information here, because this podcast was more of like intellectual and more mindset based and like practical practices, because this is all important things within the filmmaking process. I hope that you thought about kind of your future in this. Hopefully I got you kind of inspired to get started. I hope that you will get started today and stop waiting. And because, you know, the time is now. There's no perfect time. You're gonna sit there and realize that, I should start now. I should have started now. But I'll leave it as this. I have a Patreon, a link in the description. So as you guys know, I'm making the GTA 6 movies. We're going to need some help making that. So if you want to check out the link in the description, Patreon starts at $5, and honestly, you get so many perks. You get access to early videos, and you're also part of the process of filming and making it. You're part of the process of helping me edit it. You're helping me with like advice. You get to watch it early. You get behind the scenes videos, pictures and stuff like that. And like I said, we're filming in 2 weeks, so we're on the roll of like making this. We just need a little help financially with like certain things and because genuinely I want to make it as good as possible. So if you did enjoy this, if you did enjoy the podcast, and you do want to support a little bit, you want to see some content, and you want to be also in the credits of the next movie and in my future videos, check out the link in the description and the Patreon. We would love to have your support there. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. God bless. See ya.